Good day, ma'am. I am Jen Sayon Arbeta from Bachelor of Elementary Education, Section 1A. As we all know that creating an instructional plan has a process to be followed, and that process is called ADDIE Model. A stands for analysis, D stands for design, D stands for development, I stands for implementation, and last, letter E stands for evaluation. And this video of mine serves as a tool for me to discuss to you the letter I, or the implementation of creating an instructional plan. In analysis, there are three questions. Question letter A: what is the learning competency, curriculum standard, and performance standard? Learning competency: read grade 1 level words, phrases, and sentences with appropriate speed and accuracy. Curriculum standards: the learners demonstrate the ability to read grade 1 level text with sufficient accuracy, speed, and expression to support comprehension. Performance standards: the learners read with sufficient speed, accuracy, and proper expression and reading grade level text. Question letter B: what are the characteristics of your learners that you will consider? The characteristics of my learners that I will consider are: learners must be attentive in class participation, learners are teachable, learners' attitude on acquiring a long patience in any class discussion or activity that to be conducted, and lastly, learners are individually motivated. Question letter C: given the learning competency, learning goals, and your learners' need, what learning task will you give them? The learning task that I will give to the learners that match with my learning competency, learning goals, and my learners' need are: roll at reading, roll a die, and read the short story in the box. Reading portion: read at a just right pace, read with scoping and phrasing, read with expressions, read with punctuations, transformations. And design, there are two questions. Question letter A: what are your specific learning objectives? In creating my learning objectives, I used KSA. K stands for knowledge, S stands for skills, A stands for attitude. The learning objectives key. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to read grade 1 level words, phrases, and sentences with appropriate speed and accuracy. Learning objectives S. By the end of this lesson, the learners will demonstrate the ability to read grade 1 level text with sufficient accuracy, speed, and expression to support comprehension. Learning objectives A. The learners will appreciate the fluency in reading the text with sufficient speed, accuracy, and proper expression. Question letter B: how will you measure if students have achieved those objectives? What assessment tools and process will you use? I can measure if my students have achieved those objectives by reflecting to the outcome of the given activities and to see if they improved their reading capacity. Hang reading fluency is the tool I used to achieve the objectives, where each student could read 3 words before getting in the classroom. Develop. It has 2 questions. Question letter A. What instructional strategies will you use? The instructional strategy that I will use is the model fluent reading. And this way, students could hear me first reading the words or phrases indicating its correct pronunciation, reading in right pace, and others. Question letter B. What logistics issues impact your lesson? The logistic issues that impact my lesson are the shortage time of creating my instructional plan, as seconded by the current situation of our society today. It hinders my role to physically teach my students about my discussion.
Thank you.